Alright, so we have Pat Sabatini versus Jamall Emmers. So Jamall Emmers has a 2-inch height advantage over Sabatini and a 4-inch reach advantage. So Emmers, I think he's the more comfortable striker. I think he's going to be the more aggressive guy in this one. I think he's going to be the one coming forward. He likes the 1-2s, the naked snapping jab. He does have his chin in the air, like anytime he's trying to enter boxing range and anytime he's trying to exit boxing range. So he does need to watch out for the counter 2 of Sabatini, because he does seem to have a bit of power behind it. But, you know, I do think he's the much more comfortable striker in there. For Emmers, he also has a nice switch body kick. It does throw a lot of naked kicks in boxing range, so he doesn't set up his kicks, and he does throw them in close, is what I'm trying to say. Sabatini has a tendency to dip, like, with every strike that he throws. Like, I feel like uppercuts would be a huge weapon against him. Maybe knees. Well, probably not knees, but yeah. He dips his head with everything he does, really, because he's either going to be dipping his head to throw a strike or a counter 2, or he's going to be dipping to go for a takedown. So I feel like that tendency is quite exploitable, and I feel like someone's going to punish him for it sooner or later. With Emmers, though, he isn't too averse to throwing a knee, as we saw in the Vince Cachero fight. Like, he just spammed Muay Thai plum clinch knees to the body. Just reckless abandon, walking forward, just clinching up, throwing knees to the body. It's insane. But yeah, so, you know, potentially, maybe you could catch him in the clinch, break the posture of Sabatini, knee him in the head, potentially something like that. Breaking down the grappling of these two, so for Sabatini, most of his takedowns are attempted in the clinch, but he does have a nice blast double, or he does look for the blast double quite a bit when the opponent's like telegraphing their right hand. So we saw that in the Connolly fight, yeah. Hit a few blast doubles on Connolly, but that's generally his go-to takedown in the open. For Emmers, he has a really strong whizzer to defend double legs. He looks like he has pretty good takedown defense. I think he has a wrestling background as well. But yeah, it looks like he has pretty solid takedown defense just by looking at it. But, you know, not a lot of tape on Emmers' defense, takedown defense. But it looks solid from what I've seen. If Sabatini was to get on top, he is very good on top, very tight, stays very tight, transitions very well on top, you know, just kind of floats on the opponent, goes from position to position, just kind of controlling the opponent. And he is very aggressive with looking for submissions from top position. Attacks arm bars, kimuras, arm triangles. You know, he's a good top grappler. He's also pretty dangerous off his back, arm bar off bottom, leg locks off bottom. You know, he doesn't mind being off his back, and he accepts bottom position without too much of a fight, really. If you are gonna like try and take him down, which Emmers could definitely do it. You know, he goes for, you know, blast doubles, reactive doubles as well. Same with Sabatini, but you know, Emmers generally likes to keep it on the feet. Just by the looks of it, you know, he wouldn't even take Chikadze down until like his coach demanded it from him. But yeah, how these guys win fights. So for Emmers, he's well-rounded, and for Sabatini, he's got nice jits, nice jiu-jitsu. How these guys lose fights. So for Emmers, it's poor fight IQ, striking tendencies we discussed before. But yeah, poor fight IQ. You know, standing with Giga when he had the wrestling in the back pocket, and he took Giga down really easily when he tried to. So yeah, that was just poor fight IQ, and you know, he lost the fight because of that. Past a victory for Jamall Emmers. Forward pressure him, but keep it at your range. So keep it at a range where you can touch him and he can't touch you, because yeah, you have the reach advantage, you have the frame advantage, you have the range advantage at distance. But just make him telegraph his takedown shots and try and force the takedown shots out of him when you're putting the pressure on him. Also look for Muay Thai plum clinch knees to the head when you do tie up. Yeah, look for knees to the body. Make him not want to clinch up, because that's where a lot of his successful takedowns do come from, is in the clinch. Also look to mix in takedowns yourself at the end of a round. Like, you don't want to play in Sabatini's guard for too long, so maybe if there's like 15 seconds at the end of the round and it's been quite a competitive round on the feet, look to mix in takedowns, because I feel like you could take him down, and it's just a good way to put your stamp on a round. But I feel like the path of least resistance is on the feet for Jamall Emmers. For Pat Sabatini, look to set a pace with your wrestling. I feel like Emmers would slow down at the pace of wrestling that you keep. Also look to shoot over a leg kick, and look to ground him when he overextends on his right hand. So yeah, he will overextend on his straight right a fair bit. So look for a blast double, reactive double underneath that. So how I see the fight going. So if the fight stays on the feet, which I'm not expecting it to, I think Sabatini's going to shoot. I think Emmers does win quite easily on the feet. More weapons, much longer, and he's going to have Sabatini on the back foot, most likely, just kind of picking at him from distance, popping the jab out, mixing in kicks as well. And I also believe he's going to have good enough takedown defense to nullify the majority of Sabatini's grappling assault and make it a striking match for the most part. I do feel like Sabatini needs to be in top position to win this fight. I don't really see another path to victory for him. So I'm going to go with Emmers, and I think he wins quite comfortably. Alright, so if you guys could like the video and all that stuff, that'd be great. So prediction is Emmers by decision. I still think there's a little bit of value on the line. I'd probably bet it right now. I've already bet him, so I'm not really interested, but you know, he might even add to it, but pretty confident he does win in this matchup. And he looks pretty good, nullifies all of Sabatini's grappling. Not all of it, but most of it, enough to warrant a decision and really discourage Sabatini. And on the feet, yeah, I think he just, he takes it. So, yeah, any other props? Not really. That's appropriately lined, that this goes to decision. But yeah, I still think there's a little bit of value on the money line. I'm kind of hoping it goes back up to like $1.80 or minus 125, something like that. But yeah.